My name is Mike, and today's show is brought to you by our Amazon page. Please remember to shop at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. It's quite simply the best. Amazon. Bookmark it, please.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Hey!
I take a special joy when you let that element play till the very end, or as a disc jockey would say, Mike, play it to the label. Come on, where's that smile we love so bad? There it is. That's good. Sometimes when you smile, though, you show more teeth than that.
Have I mentioned I live in paradise?
You do.
It's so beautiful down here.
It is.
It's gorgeous.
So nice. It's wonderful. It's a little warm, low 90s, so it's you got to get used to the heat.
Sure.
And the tropical climate, but it's nice. It's nice. What's the temperature back there?
Oh, I think it was about 65 when I got here, but
And
we're getting
gloomy.
into
That's nice and crisp spring weather, though. That's
but we're
nice.
getting into the 80s today.
Really? You're going to get
Yes.
into the 80s. Why? You're wearing heavy clothing, Rob. You're wearing a sweatshirt.
Oh, but
You
I'm
should be-
wearing shorts too, though.
Oh,
As
are
a
you
treat
wearing-
for the ladies. Yeah.
And are you wearing your Birkenstocks?
Do you have to ask?
I don't.
No.
What are you wearing, Pony?
I'm wearing a collared shirt.
He is. He looks very
Sleeves.
professional.
Wonderful. And
Yeah.
Oscar, I see, is wearing a his. I like to call it his Filipino negotiation shirt.
Hey, Mike, I love
Yes.
when you do Mike O'Mara Show weather wardrobe.
Thank you, but maybe I'm delaying.
Why?
Maybe because I'm delaying because we've got the birthdays here, and I should get right to it on Thursday.
Oh,
should I not?
absolutely.
Thank you very much.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
The lovely Sydney Chad turned 8 this week and is going to celebrate with a trip to San Francisco to shop for an insanely overpriced American Girl doll.
Yuck.
And she's going to have a seafood dinner. I love that, a seafood dinner.
Yeah.
Why be specific when you can just say, I'm going to have a seafood? Well, she's 8, so I would assume, Sydney, you're going to enjoy a plate of steamed octopus.
Ocho.
Yeah, and hush puppies.
I love those seafood din-dins. However, she is allergic to crab. Sad, right? Any advice from Dick Queasy? Well, let's see if we can. Well, that's a sticky wicket, by golly. That truly is allergic to crab. My God, I just can't imagine going through your entire existence without dining occasionally on that type of shellfish. Jesus, that's a real problem, especially for an 8-year-old. That's when you're just first starting to develop your taste buds. I know my kids, the Queasy kids, Virgil and Virgil Jr.
I thought, don't you have a daughter named Quinn?
Quinn Queasy.
Yeah, I thought
yes,
so.
lovely Quinn Queasy. And I said, kids, you better recognize that ammoniated taste or you're going to be screwed.
Yeah.
Screwed, blue, and tattooed.
Now, when you say ammoniated, that means it smells like ammonia, right?
Right.
So ammonia is a cleaning agent. Do you think if she were to eat ammoniated crab, it would actually
I'm not sure.
cleanse her of her allergy?
I think my advice to this lovely young girl, Sydney Chad, would be to kick Pony's ass. Thank you. That's what I do.
Oh, well then.
I'm sensing a
Delightful
theme.
youngster Andrew Pollock is now 14. His dad says he could use some advice from Sex Boy. Well, let's bring him in here.
And that's not too creepy, is it? When the father
It's
says,
yeah, actually, should we even participate in this? Should we
well, Sex Boy
encourage
himself
this
is,
type of
Sex Boy is 14, isn't he?
I thought he was 9, Rob.
Oh, okay. Well, he's getting older. We've been doing this show 5 years.
Hello,
Oh, Sex Boy.
here I am, Sex Boy.
I've missed you.
Yes, good to be with you. How have you all been?
Good. Do you have any advice for a
How's your
14-year-old?
Thursday
Oh,
going?
my
Mine's
Thursday's
going
great.
great.
You know who's here, Sex Boy?
Who?
Matt,
Who?
Matt Bloom.
Oh, yeah, kick his ass for me. Thank you very much. But anyway, let's see. Ryan Anderson, let me see. Oh, I'm sorry. Andrew Pollock is
Right.
now 14. And Andrew, I would just say, stay away from the evil woman.
Stay.
The vagine is not a toy.
Right.
Sex Boy, out!
All right.
I love
thank
when
you.
he comes
6-4.
by.
In and out.
Also, turning 14 today, sorry about that, is Ryan Anderson. I'd say we're 3 into it, and I'd say it's going really, really well.
Yeah.
Also turning 14 today, is that music in the background?
Yeah, it has to do with this birthday read.
Ryan Anderson of Lake Havasu, Arizona. Now then, since you really can't talk up a Dead Mau 5 record, could you please wish him all the best while the delightful thump, thump, thump of Dead Mouse and their tune, A City in Florida, plays in the background. Ryan Anderson of Lake Havasu, Arizona. Yes, sirree, he's turning 14, and I'm Dead Mau 5. Thank you.
Don't you think it's
That's all
nice
I
that
got.
the song is called A City in Florida? It could be about your hometown.
You have to address the crowd.
How do
You're
I-
up
is
on
thi-
that
is this
stage. You're in Vegas.
All right,
You've
hold
got
on.
everybody on E in front of you. What do you do with your big Mickey Mouse head?
Now, does Dead Mouse actually speak to the crowd, Oscar? That's the question I have.
You know what? Let's say he does.
yeah, and I think he tells jokes.
Yes.
I thought all those DJs were like anonymous, and you didn't know who they were.
No, some of them wear torn T-shirts and grow out their hair.
Yeah. And they entertain.
Hold on a
Yeah, they entertain.
Rob.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to have this little candy pacifier, so turn it up, please.
Okay. I think this is my favorite Dead Mouse record.
Oh, I love it.
Isn't it?
Makes me want to dance.
Here's Dead Mouse.
Hey everybody. I'm taking off my mouse head. How you doing? I'm Dead Mouse. I can't stay long.
Mr. Mouse, I have a question.
What's that?
Is it hard to get through doorways?
Yeah, man. It's especially hard to get on an airplane, you know?
Hey, Dead Mouse,
Hi, Rob.
do you smoke a lot of reefer?
I smoke so much ging that I can hardly feel my toes, man.
Hey, can you turn it up?
Sure. Here we go. Listen. Yeah. Dead Mouse. This is a new one that I just created. Let's listen to the beat. I'm gonna kick pony boys.
Anyway, moving right along here.
Dead Mouse, Mike.
Yes?
Your camera is now.
Oh,
It's like if you're on stage. Oh, there we go.
There you
nice
go.
And a close-up is great. Thank you. Appreciate that.
hi there. And after all that, I didn't fix the thing.
That's okay. Your set manager was on break.
Yes.
Set manager is 9 months old.
How's that all better now?
Yeah, it looks
Better.
Wonderful. Yes. I don't know. I'm so distracted today. Probably did it to myself. But this is one time I'm not going to blame myself. All right. Enough with the kids. Sheesh. Now, a sexy Bill O'Reilly is here to wish Terry Poff a sexy happy birthday greeting. She has a bit of a Bill O'Reilly crush and would love him to do it live. So let's see. Bill? No. I don't feel like it today. Look, we're going to do it live.
Hey, Bill.
Can we get the numbers right? We'll do it live. I had a Bill O'Reilly moment before the show.
Bill, did you see the disc jockey waiting in the lobby outside of my studio?
Look, all I know, these guys, they're all over Las Vegas. You got guys with giant heads, look like the Jack in the Box clown. I don't even understand. Yeah, they're all playing the same thing. It's just thump, thump, thump. These kids don't know what they're doing, It's vote Republican. All right, enough with the kids. We did that already. So anyway, Lauren Hurst is the birthday girl, and her husband wants her to continue to keep it tight. Can Oscar offer her a pep talk to keep it tight? But they want you to do it, Oscar, as Rob. Jesus.
Oh, my God.
Okay,
Here we go.
Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
This will be good.
And her name is, again, if you don't mind?
Her name is Lauren Hurst.
Okay. Lauren, when you wake up in the morning, you think, oh, wouldn't it be great to have waffles and pancakes? Remember that those go straight to your thighs. So how about just an apple, and then maybe for lunch a pear or a carrot? Three meals a day is just way too much. So there's no need for that. Remember, 2 is just enough. Keep it tight, baby. Happy birthday.
You know what was great about that is so many people can do the voice, but so few people grab the character.
Absolutely. He totally immerses himself in it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Right to the thighs.
Lifelong diehard Washington Capitals fan Joe Daly is now in his douchebag 30s, but the only thing that he has on his mind is what happened with the Caps this season. Can Alex Ovechkin please explain? He can, but he will have to be interviewed by both Oscar and Rob.
Ovi.
Yes, my name's. It's okay.
You're playing in the World Championships. Why would you want to play in the World Championships if you could barely play through the season?
I play for the country. I like to play for Russia. Much more important than play for stinking American pigs.
Oh.
I hate America.
Oh, wow.
He never
Kind
really.
of liberating to be down here in
my
Florida.
goodness.
I somehow just felt I needed to say that with the outside chance that I'll never go to another Capitals game.
There's nothing mentioned about that by his wax figure at Madame Tussauds.
Nothing at
Apparently,
all.
I thought he liked the country.
Yes. Let's see. Kira Schuster is now 42, and her husband tells us that she is wonderful in so many ways, but we shouldn't let that go to her head. What she really needs is a dressing down from George Peterson. Kira Schuster? Is that the George Peterson
Yes, of course.
you were looking for,
From
Rob?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I don't understand. Her husband tells us you're wonderful in many different ways, but in another way, you're just an a-hole. Thank you. Wow, that was really harsh.
I like that, though.
Happy belated birthday to Super Duper P1 Becky Eskew. She had a letter on this week.
Yeah,
I
she
remember
was a
she's
winner yesterday.
She's just so all over the show.
Yes.
She is so box that HBS friended her the same day that Rob did. Also, for her job, she has spent well over $11,000 on our Amazon link in the past 12 months. Wowzers. Jesus.
That's right.
She deserves some thanks, and what better way to show our appreciation than to have Rob thank her as Oscar. Go ahead, Rob Spiewak.
Oh, Becky, you spent $11,000. That's amazing. Oh, it's amazing. I'm going to start a podcast about it and fly a drone over it and then photograph you spending amazing money or something.
You jerk.
Yeah, pretty soon a boxing match between you two.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, and let me see. What should be the undercard?
Oh,
All right, anyway, speaking of our Amazon link, Justin Jones. All right, I'm done, Pony.
Oh, Mike, actually you're not, because remember, the birthdays were written before we got here today.
Okay, speaking of our Amazon link, I'm so mad at him. Speaking of our Amazon link, Justin Jones says that he uses it to order his phones, hobbits, and all of the other magical creatures he needs. His girlfriend, Aliana
Yes.
would love a Rob.
Yes?
I want you to be as honest as you've ever been.
Yeah.
You had to be drunk when you wrote that pronouncer.
No.
You had to be a little bit
No,
drunk.
as a matter of fact, that is the pronouncer he provided, and I think it's okay. Aliana.
ALL-EE-capital O-N
Right.
dash small U-H.
Because that's where the accent is on. So it's Aliana.
Aliana Oxenfree.
Whatever. Would love a birthday greeting from one of the Beatles. I nominate Pony Boy for this skit. All right.
So here's
he's
Pony
gonna
as
do
one
it
of the Beatles.
as one of the Beatles. Hey, Pony, that's all right.
sir.
You don't need to do that today.
Thank you.
I'll let you off the hook. Okay. Chrissy Lewis had a birthday. We were told this by her domestic partner. They met in Reno. You know, they celebrated, as all couples should, with a trip to the Cheesecake Factory. Yeah.
Oh, I love the Cheesecake Factory.
Does George Lopez like that restaurant? Oh, God. Boy, look what time it is. We're going to be late. I have to tell my wife and kids. We have to go to the Cheesecake We have to go to the Cheesecake Factory. It's fantastic.
George,
Give me a break.
Have you ever been there?
I've been to the Cheesecake Factory regularly.
How about
I sit
those
at the
portions?
Bar.
Those
Oh,
portions.
the portions are huge. They're super big. What are you going for? I'm clueless. I
was
have no
gonna
idea.
Ask you after you ate there, how did your estomacho feel?
My estomacho is so huge, it feels like it's going to burst. It's going to burst all open with its contents splaying all over the floor of a casino hotel where I am drunk. Adios. Thank you. Oh, my God.
Forgot about him being drunk at the casino.
Chrissy
out.
Lewis No, we got that already. Yes. Kellen Quigley needs a pep talk for his birthday. Perhaps Oscar could do it as the guy who takes your passport photo. What? Okay, Oscar, I hope you know what they're starting to get wobbly for me.
Okay, lady, you stand in front of that piece of paper. Do not smile. Look at this Polaroid camera, and then I take picture, okay? Happy birthday.
Very nice. It was wonderful.
So it's some
Kim
foreigner.
McLean. Kim McLean comes from El Dorado Hills, California. And listen up, Oscar, she's a druggist. She just turned 40 and would love to hear Rob call her a whore. Rob?
Whore!
Thank you very much.
I'm sure the ladies next door
He knows
are going
me
to enjoy
well.
that.
He knows
It'll be a lot of
me
fun
well.
to talk about later.
And finally, Robert Mormon is just about to turn 18, and his ambition in life is to be one of Mike's cop buddies. Hitch your wagon
buddies?
to Rob wrote this. Hitch your wagon to a star.
Cop buddy.
Cop.
What did you think I said?
C-O,
Yeah, something like a chicken, Mike.
Yeah.
No, cop, like a police officer. He'd love our traditional birthday song. Ready? Happy birthday,
Squirrel.
And one last thought, Pony.
Yes, sir.
How you doing?
I'm doing great, Mike.
Great. We'll start the show,
Doing
Rob.
great.
You hump.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
That's enough. He's ready to talk. Run as fast as you can. You can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man.
You're a monster.
I'm not the monster here. You are. You and the rest of that fairy tale trash poisoning my perfect world. Now tell me, where are the others?
Eat me.
I've tried to be fair to you creatures. Now my patience has reached its end. Tell me, or I'll...
No, not the buttons. Not my gumdrop buttons.
All right, then. Who's hiding them?
Okay, I'll tell you. Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
Yes, I know the Muffin Man. Who lives on Drury Lane?
Well, she's married to the Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man!
She's married to the Muffin Man. My lord, we found it. Well, then what are you waiting for? Bring it in.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Spiewak, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
We are live from the Cappy Pfeiffer Studios. This is the Mike O'Mara Show, broadcasting all over the planet. We are powered by Encore Insurance Services with over 23.5 million downloads. We're at MikeO'MaraShow.com, and we are heard over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go Hawks!
Mike, put a smile on your face and say hi to our listener of the day, Mike Barney. How
Hi,
about a
Mike.
smile for Mike Barney?
Okay.
Hi. That's more of a sneer.
Hey, Mike Barney.
That's, you know what,
Hi.
that's like asking, you know, you look like a vampire there. Come on, a smile for Mike Barney.
Let's give it up for Mike Barney.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike Barney. And in honor of Mike Barney, I love you. You love me. We're a happy family. Anyway, the Mike O'Mara Show is a daily radio show and podcast with the greatest listeners in the world. Why?
Why,
Because they get it. Today's program is brought to you by Sherry's Berries. Dear sweet mother, mommy, mamu, mamo. You know your mom is the best in the world. We know all our moms are the
Yes.
best in the world. And I want you to make her Mother's Day special by doing what we all do, and that is sending your mom giant freshly dipped strawberries from Sherry's Berries, and they're starting at just $19.99. They've held that price point on Sherry's Berries, and
Yes.
we're grateful for that. That is over a 40% savings, and even better, you can doppel your berries.
I love
Would you like
to
to
doppel
explain
the
what
berries.
that is?
Well,
Yes,
that's
doppel.
well. What happens is that for a nominal fee that Mike will explain in a moment, you can send her twice the number of berries. It's an old German tradition called doppelberries, Mike. It's based in
Doppelberries.
Munich or Frankfurt, maybe.
Doppel the berries, just $10 more.
That's all.
We love Doppelberry. Simply click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner and use our code TMOS. Mother's Day right around the corner. You're running out of time now.
Yeah.
You'll get these amazing, delicious, luscious, hand-picked strawberries, and they're dipped in white, dark, and milk chocolate goodness. They top them with chocolate chips, nuts, swizzle. We love that.
Boy.
All you need is our magic code TMOS. Use the TMOS code when you order and spoil the mom in your life. Mother's Day is this Sunday. Hurry! Visit berries.com. That's BERRIES.com. Click on the microphone in the top right-hand corner and type in TMOS. Again, that's berries.com. Click the mic, TMOS. Great. Don't be a jerk store. Treat your mom right this Mother's Day. This offer expires tomorrow night. Oh, my God, at midnight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So please do that, and we thank you in advance.
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. Did all my... as a matter of fact, last night in the O'Mara household was a client night. I actually patronized our clients all night. You guys got the
Did you
the
invite
text
them in?
from me.
Did you
What?
invite them in?
No,
Like an
I did
open
not.
house at your new place?
No, I was just I ordered Pro Flowers and Sherry's Berries.
Yes, yeah.
And then we have a brand new client called SafeBackgroundCheck.com. And I know they're not getting their commercial today. It's not scheduled for us, but I have to tell you, I went out of my mind. Look,
Well, the squirrel and you got the best of you.
Yeah, you were
the
Jim
squirrel and me
Rockford.
went just bat-ass. And then Rob got the super paranoid call from me about the do we have copies of the police report? Now, did you print all of them out, including the Fairfax Underground part?
I think
Did
I
you-
have
did
the
you put that on there?
I have the entire reports for all of
'Cause
us.
I didn't burden you with this last night, Oscar. I wanted to ask you about it on the air.
Okay.
So,
And
in
again,
my
just
case,
quickly, it's
Yes.
safebackgroundchecks.com.
Right.
SafeBackgroundChecks.com. And I truly, truly love this new client. And I'm not saying that because they bought commercials on the Mike O'Mara show. I'm saying that because, look, the fact of the matter is I have gone to sites like this before, and they charge a fortune to do the background check. And this is one where you could the greatest word that you will see if you buy the package that I bought will be unlimited.
Yeah.
And that is, and when anything's unlimited, I look at that way at a breakfast bar. I look at it as a website that's doing background checks.
It's
on
a
for-
buffet without the calories.
And when
It
you
is a
see
buffet
unlimited,
without
Mike,
the-
you
yes.
also see something like apparently the speed limit on Chris Yoko's automobile. Also unlimited if you run
Unlimited.
Chris
I never
Yoko's
ran
background.
Chris.
Oh
I know.
yeah, he likes to get places in a hurry. It appears.
So here's what happens, and I want to get the super sleuths on this. I'm not, Rob. I was paranoid last night and thinking, why would this
It didn't
show up?
show.
Would you? I know you don't give a Rob. Carla looked at me last night. I got off the phone with you and said, "So they did the same thing to him?" I said, "Yeah." He said he's not bothered by it. I said, "It's Rob. Rob doesn't care. Rob does not care at all about that stuff."
Well,
And-
I
and
noted
so-
it before you had because I ran the reports, and it bothered me. It concerned me. What concerns me about it is the vagueness of it.
Now, do you have
I don't
mine?
understand what you guys are talking
All right,
about.
I'm going to
start,
talk
and
about
I
it
do
right
have the
now.
rep- I have
So
the
you-
reports
You
in
guys
front
are
of me.
having a conversation within yourselves. Let me and the listeners into it.
You have a police report for me on there, right?
I do.
And how many police reports does it say I have? 4?
Can I tell you what they are?
No, just say
Okay,
how
one,
many. What is
two.
the number? How many?
There are 4 listed.
4.
One
and the
is
last
not,
one.
Yeah.
And the last one, is that the one that we're going to be talking about here?
Exactly. And instead of the full detailed breakdown of the previous 3, it just says one thing for your 4th arrest.
This is what I get on my. Now, this is, they said, 4 criminal records found on this background check of me.
Yeah, I
All right,
actually
so-
ran you and I saw this. I ran you a couple
You s-
weeks ago.
You saw the same thing.
Same thing.
In
Right.
your case, I think it's the same thing
I've got
happened
the
to
same.
you.
I've got the same
but-
thing.
But you don't have the name written down.
No, I
So
don't have
you
the
don't
name.
have the Fairfax Underground name written down on this.
No, because that was expunged in my case.
Well, no. This is not. First of all, there is no. Where did I go to? Fairfax Underground Police Court? What? Here's the thing.
It's in the
so I
website,
look at
yeah.
it, and I've got legitimate traffic violations on a police report.
Plural.
Moving violations for speeding,
Yeah, the
HOV,
road
whatever
rage.
it is. They're all on there.
Road
and then
rage.
suddenly, Rob, what is the last report says?
All it says is
Read it, because this is interesting. to me.
number 4, your name, followed by the provider, Fairfax Underground arrests, Virginia. And you know
So,
what? And you
now-
look
now
at
hold
my
on a second.
report.
So now read yours, Rob. What
Mine
does yours
is
say?
I have one that is fully that I actually remember it. I have 1 violation, 2 violations, 3 violations, but the second of the 3 violations,
and they're all traffic related.
Exactly.
stuff.
I thought I saw domestic abuse.
Yeah. So you did run yourself.
Listen to this because this is important. Because you don't even know that you're part of this.
My
And
second,
you are part of this.
my
Oh.
second violation.
Yeah, they
by-
just didn't. They didn't. Okay, go ahead.
It reads Fairfax Underground arrests, Virginia.
Okay,
Interesting.
so now, Rob, you have a logical mind on stuff like this.
Yes.
So you look at that, and just to be clear, what we were looking for, and what one of the most important things when you're doing a background check on somebody are reports of
crime,
or some
Felonies,
sort of
anything
moving
like that. Yeah,
violation.
yeah.
So someone tell me why a website that is really, and incidentally, this website, for anybody that doesn't know around the country, has been, constantly, every radio personality in the world, they do background checks and police checks. And in our case, they've got a thread going, and some of the nastiest,
vitriolic,
most
horrible,
harassing, venomous
Never
crap
been
is
on
written
it.
on this.
Heard it's a bad place to go. Why would you go on it?
And the thing is, you can cover your ass later, Oscar, but I'm going to cover this because they need to be exposed.
I'm not covering
if
my
this
ass.
is true.
I'm not covering my ass.
The
I'm
fact is-
telling you
and
honestly. I'm telling
you
you honestly that I have never been on that website. That's what
well,
I'm telling you.
You know what? You don't have a thread with over 1 million posts on it, so maybe that's why you haven't been on there, and you haven't been alerted to people photoshopping your children in pictures
Mike,
of it, and you haven't been. Hold on, and you haven't been harassed to the degree that I have been harassed, and that I have been harassed publicly and privately. And this is, let me just finish because this is really near and dear to my heart here. Because the fact is, I don't have a problem with any of that because I'm a public figure, and the only harassment that I am aware of from this are allegedly anonymous people posting venomous things. And I'm not aware, Rob, of, anything else, at least in the immediate D.C. area, that routinely does this. And I think that they are an equal opportunity offender.
Yeah.
And I think that they have done this to a lot of different public figures that are local. However, in my case, I've been on there, and when I saw over 1 million posts on this, I was just very, very surprised at that. I'm fine with all of that. What I'm curious about is this fellow that organizes this, that I think started this website to do background checks, to publish police records about people. And I'm curious why someone who, I guess, researches this would have his website show up on a criminal records check. Because if, say, I only had one criminal record and somebody said, well, that's it. If you've got one, you don't get this particular job. And there it is. That's not a police department. It's not the state of Virginia. It's nothing. And it's not a search.
I have a theory.
Okay.
And I talked about this with Carrie last night. I believe our new client, safebackgroundchecks.com, is essentially a super-powered, focused Google search on particular people.
Yes.
And it scours the internet.
And it's not meant to be used for job applications. There's a disclaimer right there. So
there's a disclaimer.
So that someone that's going to go hire somebody, if somebody was going to hire you, they would not use this service to disqualify you or qualify
and absolutely not.
And
it's
further,
it's a fascinating, and when we talk about background checks, we're talking about looking at people that you haven't been in contact with for a long time, looking up old roommates you've had, people that you'd just be curious. Really, in my case, when you're as old as I am, I was on it all night long, and I was looking up just to see if people were alive.
Yeah,
or
what Mike's
dead.
really what it started is Mike wanted to know: is it worth organizing the reunion? How many people will make it?
My point.
So this website, Fairfax Underground, publishes what is listed as a criminal report.
Yes.
But it says, Rob, what does it say exactly on there? It says Fairfax Underground arrests.
Your name, Fairfax Underground arrests, Virginia.
And what does yours say?
And it's the exact same thing, except it's my name.
Now on Oscars, there's another one on Oscars.
Got Oscars in front of me.
And it doesn't have, because I think it's more recent, it doesn't have but it might be from the same source.
Well, it says the provider is Fairfax County Arrests.
It's arrests. And I actually, when I saw this last week, and it's important to note that when you search yourself, you don't just search yourself to see if it's an accurate report. You search yourself to see what's actually on that report.
Right.
Sure.
When I found out
absolutely.
about this report, I realized the way that some of these reports are actually derived are, 1, I did get pulled over for that traffic violation. 2,
What traffic violation?
I got pulled over for speeding, right? And then I got pulled over for
Well, those are actually on the Fairfax County.
and then I've got the stop sign violation.
Right, and I saw that.
Yeah,
one.
because those two are together, I also go into a database that I was arrested in Fairfax in Manassas or in Fairfax because of that. But
Okay.
I've never been arrested. I had just been pulled over. That's the demarcation point there. That some of these violations also come up as arrests. That's why you can't use this service for employment purposes. Because some of the information that's on
What
there...
does that have to do with the Fairfax Underground thing?
I'm just saying that they probably, and this is a guess, they probably have a tab or a page there that shows different radio personalities that have been arrested.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably what it's pulling from, bottom line.
Yeah, but it seems
If it's public
interesting
record, then their engine is going to pull that information and put it on that report.
Yeah, but it's not a police department.
But again, they took the public record, created a page of, and again, I don't know if this is the case, but this is what I would imagine, thinking through a website, that there was a page of radio personalities or whoever that have been arrested, and they have your public record linked to that page, and in turn, it shows up in a report like this.
It scours the internet. It finds everything. And maybe these sources are not as, credible as a police department, but it still is out there.
Yes.
So this is really your first step to researching what is actual and what isn't.
And then you can take the proper recourse to actually contact the administrator and say, look, you've got this page up. I know you...
I didn't do that. What I did is I decided to do a little research of my own on the founder and the administrator of this. You remember, Rob, you were saying who runs that?
Yeah.
We'll talk about that when we come back.
All right.
Wow,
on the
really?
Michael
You know
Murray
that?
Show. Yeah, I do.
Oh, that's
Absolutely.
cool.
It's public record.
Of course, yeah.
We'll take a break. It's not anonymous, though, when we come back on the Michael Murray Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. It is time for our Mother's Day Madness giveaway, courtesy of proflowers.com. Quite simply, the best way to treat your mom this Mother's Day. Order today and get a beautiful 100 Blooms bouquet, plus a free glass vase for only $19.99. And you can upgrade to 100 Blooms with a pink vase and delicious chocolates for just $9.99 more. Just remember our code, TMOS. Now let's call our ProFlowers winner. I'm going to read you the letter. This comes to us from Joey, Bucheker, Bushaker,
Sure,
I think? Or,
yeah.
I'll say Bushaker. Hey, guys, I want to first thank you guys for doing the show. You're an important part of my day. My mother, Lynn, is one of the greatest, most loving and supportive people I have ever known. When I came out as gay to her, she didn't understand it, but told me that her love for me would never change. Her only concern was for me and my happiness. I owe everything to her. Okay, now let me tell you 2 horrible things I did to her. Before the age of 5, choose your own adventure. Number 1, while wearing my Superman pajamas, complete with cape, I jumped off the back of the couch onto her and broke her nose.
Oh, no.
Requiring major surgery. Number 2, when she was 8 months pregnant with my brother and huge, I kicked open the bathroom door as she was getting dressed and snapped a Polaroid picture.
That's my favorite.
And proceeded to show our 40-year-old male neighbor.
Oh, no.
The picture, she was in a bra, underwear, and nylons and was mortified.
Yeah, nylons.
Clearly, you can see why she has earned flowers, and, we're happy to give her the flowers.
Yes.
Thanks again for doing what you do. This comes to us from Joey Bushaker. Let's give Joey a call and see if he's home, and we'll congratulate him, but more importantly, we'll congratulate his mom, Lynn.
Yeah, I got a thing for a woman in nylons, Mike.
Right. Incidentally, if your son or daughter kicks open a door and takes a Polaroid of you, that is a sign that they are going to be gay.
Yeah, well, it almost always happens that way, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Calling Joey Bushaker.
Does he live in Great Britain? The ring sounds unfamiliar.
Not sure.
Buffalo,
I don't have that on my...
New York.
Hey, Buffalo.
Cerritoville.
Hey, I hope you like the wings. It'll be okay.
All right. Hello?
Hello? Oh, that's a shame.
No, did they just pick up and... Decide not to answer?
Can we try one more time? Can you redial it?
Yeah,
I
we
want
can
to
do
talk to
that.
Bushiker and find out. And you know what? What really is the best thing about what puts the date on that story? It's a Polaroid. When's the last time you've heard a story about a Polaroid?
Well, you know what? He's been around. Now, that's a much better ring right
sounds
there.
better.
That's a much better ring. Let's see. I feel lucky with this particular ring. I think we're going to do
Maybe
well.
they were overseas and they just landed.
Visiting all the other Bushikers?
Yes.
Calling Buffalo, New York to speak with Joey Bushiker.
Interesting. All righty then.
Well, he blew it.
All right.
That's very unfortunate.
So that's out of the, what do we have, 5 or 6 winners? I forgot.
I think we had 5 winners on this contest.
5 winners?
Right? Yeah.
And talk
Yeah.
to one on the telephone.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know,
Well,
that's a shame.
We
So,
keep on trucking and we keep
yes.
on giving away the prizes.
Glad we implemented that new system.
Yeah,
I really am. Okay, good stuff.
That new system.
So, getting back to where we are, I researched the guy that allegedly is the founder. And can you kill that skip back, Rob,
forgive
for the
me.
phone? The founder and the administrator. And I was just curious because, and Oscar explained it. So to find out, what the deal is, because, I just, even if it was showing up, it would seem to me that that would be a strange thing. But I guess they are so involved in, especially people that are well-known people.
They're inclusive. That's the best thing about the
It's
service.
search engine optimization. If you want to find any type of website, for example, if right now people type in the Mike O'Mara Show, right? You'll get the Mike O'Mara Show because, as you mentioned earlier, this one website, I don't know, you said it was 1 million threads about the show. Because they have so much about you and the show, they're going to come up in a kind of in a service like this, simply because they have that type of
so
pull.
then I would have one question for you.
Yes.
That's fine about me, but for example, my wife.
Did they mention your wife?
She had the same report on her background check.
Oh, well, that's not cool.
It's fine with me, but it's not cool.
Well, that's not. So your wife.
But
has,
that is. Here's the question I have.
Yes.
Is this done by the people that run the website, or is this done by anybody? I would assume it's done by people that run the website.
It's if your wife's report said Fairfax Underground, it's coming
Yes, it did.
from their website.
Right.
From the underground.
From the underground.
But
website.
I'm saying the guy defends himself a lot by saying he protects his sources. It's a forum that's kind of the wild, wild west.
Right.
It can be profane. It can be tasteless. That's all well and good.
Yeah.
Everybody is protected. It's
Yes.
the land of anonymity, and we all know how much wonderful stuff comes from that world. My question is, if that is the case, these reports that popped up, I'm not curious. I understand the way you say that they came up. I probably think that's legit, but that would be generated. Those would originate because of not the contributors or the people that write in anonymously. That would be the people that actually run that website.
Contributors could add any message board that
Any action,
any
right?
action could actually add to a thread. So if there's a thread of arrests or somebody adds any sort of thread, because I used to be on message boards a lot in the early 2000s just because it was something people would do. So if you start a page and people start contributing, anybody that adds anything to it will add to the page. So if somebody's searching for a subject and there is content on that thread, regardless of who put it up, it will come up in the search.
Oh, good. Well, I'm glad we cleared that up. Thank you. That's good. That's terrific.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, everybody's fine over there, so I don't have to be. And now I can't be angry at them anymore, and that's an amazingly disappointing situation.
No. You can always be angry. You can always be angry.
Also, that's a theory from Oscar, and Oscar's not.
Well, no, I think that's logic, and I think
but I mean it's a theory too, because I'm going to actually investigate it a little further, because even with what you said, I'd like to make double sure that that's why, because
double secret probation.
There are probably other websites that generate that kind of information as well, but their name wasn't on one of my personal and my wife's personal police reports.
I understand the best way that if I were in your shoes, the best way I would deal with this is I would hire a lawyer and I would say, this information's on your website. I would like it to be taken down, a cease and desist. And then you'd be surprised how fast they would do this, because I imagine a site like that does not have the resources to actually deal with some sort of lawsuit.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I imagine they've probably been approached before.
Yeah,
I would
and-
have to imagine.
And if I were
Well, the only thing I saw that was spit out is when apparently a few years back they posted the grades of all the kids. And
well, that's
he
not
actually-
cool either.
Well, he defended that, and he was a real.
Did you have
know,
Did you have a lawyer write him?
No, I'm talking. I didn't care about the kids'
okay.
grades. I'm just talking about
Right.
he apparently the school system went after him about this, and he was protecting them. And this was, I think, maybe 2012. And I never could have picked this guy out of a lineup, but I got curious last night,
right?
And because his name surfaced, and I don't know whether he still runs it or not because I haven't researched it further than that.
But
and
this
I'm
is the
not
guy
sure
who
what
founded
the deal
it.
is. This is the guy that founded it, and I'm just kind of, it made me curious because we all know the name, even if Oscar doesn't look at it, he's known of it. You
Right.
know, I mean, that's
Absolutely.
That's
Well, I know of it because I used to listen to the Don and Mike show, and you guys would talk about it, and that's how I know about it.
Well, they've been around for a long time, and it's just it's very, very interesting where this all originates from, and it's not just being a person that's known and on the radio. Rob, you've been on there. You know
God, it's extraordinarily dark.
It's very, very, very.
It's the land of cowards.
It's
These
it
message
is.
boards.
It is.
Are, we used to have message boards with Big O and Dukes. We actually would have them built into websites and ask radio stations to build them for us.
Right.
Within a month or 2 months, it turned so negative and it turned so cowardness that we actually would shut them down because nothing constructive was happening on them. Nothing.
And that's the ones that we would set up ourselves.
Yes.
We had
Right.
that same thing with the Don and Mike show. Marcus sort of dropped me a line just now, said, "Great show today. Fairfax Underground came after me in a thread too." Marcus Serta,
longtime Fairfax resident. Marcus
my wife,
Serta?
and she said my wife was
This
not
man
happy
is
because
lying.
because they attack very personally.
They do.
I understand you guys have taken far more abuse. I wish for you and for any other targets we could get them removed. Their threatening nature should have shut them down legally. And, I know a lot of people, the land of real celebrity, which I do not exist
Right.
in, but when you're talking about the Angelina Jolie, Tom Cruise.
more so than
people
any
like
of
that,
us in this room.
Yeah.
It's interesting where the line, because I was reading something about whether it's harassment or not, and it's just interesting. So I don't know, if I was going to pursue something like this because of the nature of generating, say, a false police report,
Right.
which is the only way I could interpret it. That I look at that, and one of my 4 moving violations has Fairfax Underground. I'm
Right.
like, well, that's not a legitimate report, and that just says to me I should investigate it further. But I have no idea.
It's important that you use the service to find that out because,
Exactly.
hypothetically speaking, if it was the site that put something false on their page,
Right.
you would not know about it.
Right.
Unless you saw that report. Now that
Exactly.
you've
Yeah.
seen that report, you can investigate further and take the proper actions.
Absolutely, and and we get back to the original part where are they worth it? Is it worth it to do that? And I actually probably come out with this answer that and I'll tell you right now. If
Yes.
I could get on and I could BS and say I'm not going to go. I'm going to go find out what happened with this, and I'm going to investigate it. But when you really, really get to it, it's like, is it really worth it to go down into that area, to dwell down in that area, and read up? I'll share with you guys off the air about this guy, and it's pretty scary when you actually think
It's
about
worth it if you're say for example you want to start a business down there,
Right.
right? It's worth it for you because if you're going to start a business down there and somebody does a similar background
Sure.
check on you, you don't want them to see that. That's
Right.
not fair to you, and that doesn't represent you the right way.
Yeah, if I was out of radio and I was
Yes.
a public figure and I was trying to get a gig.
Yeah.
So,
But my feeling is
Oscar,
that the
just
dreck-
hold on, Rob. Hold on, Oscar. Look into this, and
I will.
If you can get any intel, because I know you know some people that do this. Specifically, a gentleman you drink with on a regular basis. I love his thoughts on that. I'd love to find out more. We'll take a break because Rob's dying to get us to spots. We will be right back on the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. Did you know that 80% of all cardiac events happen in the home? So chances are the life you save will be someone you love.
True.
That is if you know how to save them. Luckily, the NVCC, American Heart Association Training Center, is here to help. Their Heart Saver First Aid and CPR with AED hybrid course is a great way to get certified. You can complete the lecture portion online like Rob Spiewak did, and you can do it on your schedule. And you're going in, what, this weekend?
How about this? They have a mobile unit, and they will be coming to me because we had enough people to
Are you going to do it on Cake and Cookies when you do that?
We're going to do it right before Cake and Cookies, then give everyone a blow-by-blow recap afterwards. We're going to be doing it this Saturday.
So they're coming out to the house, and Rob's going to complete his skills practice and testing, convenient for him. They also have the best instructors to make sure you're 100% confident in your abilities to respond to an emergency. And it's not just for adults. Starting in 2016, high schoolers have to be CPR certified to graduate. So get ahead of the game. The first 50 TMOS listeners to register for the hybrid course get the online code absolutely free. And who doesn't want to learn about this and help save somebody's life?
True.
That's a $40 value. Act now. Click the NBCC AHA banner at MikeO'MaraShow.com for more information and to contact our good friend. Be sure to ask her about BLS renewal and the 4 for 3 deal for business groups. Just remember the code TMOS. Do it today because CPR is a way of life. Well, that was enlightening. I've always kind of maintained a policy, even though we did it on the old Don and Mike show, that I didn't want to talk about those people at. And I say those people, but it seems to be a guy that runs Fairfax Underground because. He does a lot of this secret squirrel stuff. This internet hacking stuff. I mean, I don't even know what the name of it is.
But even if it's run by one guy, I'm sorry, Oscar, just real quick. Even if it's just run by one guy, it's still populated by other people. And I think your initial reaction is right, Mike. I mean, we're in a day of social media now where people attach, and 9 times out of 10, their names and their identities to when they post something online. This dates back to the days of anonymity. And if they're not going to attach themselves to it, I think it lacks a certain value. And the kind of people they draw are probably similar people to themselves. They're just haters.
But the posts can be removed. For example, that arrest, I have the stop sign violation Manassas, and then I have the Fairfax County arrest, right?
Right.
That when I saw that, I actually went online, found the Fairfax County Police Department, and I said, I have this. What is this all about? I submitted a form. I'll wait to hear back because I would not want that on my record.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really care about. In fact,
but I care about it because we could be doing business with another advertiser, and then if they decide to check us out to make sure that we are living good, healthy, clean, honest lives, and if that stops them from doing business with us, I want to make sure that that's out of there.
Well, it's a fascinating new client, and I really
it's a blast that website.
I absolutely, and I hope they don't mind me saying this, but. I did it for fun last night too. And
how many people did you look up? Be honest.
God, Oscar, I could go.
Did you find Mike? Did you finally find Goldie?
Oh, what about that girl from the barn?
Oh, hey, he doesn't like to talk about that.
Sorry.
Yeah, but did you search
it? I went back and I probably did 20.
Look at you.
I probably did 20 because when they say I'm greedy that way, when they say unlimited, and I'm suddenly the night is over. I've had the Red Sox game on in the background. I have no idea what the score of the game is. And I've got this shopping list. And it's funny because right about that time of night, Carl and I ran out of gas, ran out of steam. Because you get to a point on this where you go, well, how about this person? Nah. There won't be anything good.
But the beauty of that is, and I'll say I've done it, and I bet you've done it too. I've had a few pops, had a few drinks, and you start researching people, and you pay for those searches.
You had a few pops last night when I called you. That's for sure.
Absolutely. You called rather late, Mike.
I called at 9:30.
It was a little late.
Is it
well into the cocktail hour,
Mike. I know that you're taking a break. Basically, you and your drinks have taken a hiatus.
It's purple drink.
It's purple drink.
Right.
Is it different?
Nobody's gotten the hey listen call from you in a long time.
Is it different when you call Rob, who clearly has stayed on the highway?
Yes.
And he's
well, I have an industry to support.
Rob, he's on the HOV lane of alcoholism, and he. When you talk to him,
he made himself laugh. That was terrific, Oscar.
When you talk to him at that time of hour, do you remember these conversations when you both were on the HOV lane?
It was they usually were not.
You wouldn't have called if you had been
drinking. The conversation we had was really almost giving Rob a heads up because I was so concerned about this. And
well, you were also talking.
I'm less concerned after talking to Oscar on the show, but I was really kind of freaked out by
you were talking
the nature
1,000 miles an hour. And I was trying to listen as fast as I could.
Well, were you? Listen, let me tell you how he answered the phone.
Please.
When Rob was saying, Rob was doing his usual, he doesn't care, and I know immediately he doesn't care.
Well,
so Rob's going
but
to me.
You
And he
should
says,
have known that when you called.
Well, I was more curious about. Didn't I ask you whether they had done the same thing to you? Because I don't think I'd put up your report.
Oh, okay,
Maybe
yeah.
I brought up your report and I'd seen that they had done it to you. And Rob says, "Yeah, that's something we really ought to look into."
Well,
I swear to God.
Like Jack Stallone?
But it is something also I totally didn't understand because I hadn't really wrapped my head around it. However, I did talk to Carrie about it, and I kind of noodled through what you told us is what it is. It's a super inclusive search engine that is topic specific and that probably brought everything in, whether it is something from a valid source or a Fairfax
and when
Underground
you have
source.
so many page views that are dedicated to one topic, it will rank up.
It will rank up there.
So when I called Rob, in fact, it was even after I got off the phone with you that I said, "Hey, I think Rob's." I said to Carl, I said, "I think Rob's had a snootful."
Yeah, of course. Every night. If you call after 8 o'clock, bet on it. Just bet on it.
How many had you had last
I had a
night?
bottle
now,
of wine
had you
last
gone
night.
a little further into the sauce than you normally do?
No, not really. Just a bottle of wine last night.
A bottle of wine.
Yeah, but not like a big bottle, just a bottle.
What are
I
the-
do 3. I do 1.5, 2 sometimes. When I was going crazy.
1.5?
I'd enjoy that. Yeah, during a week. Yeah.
Yeah, well, red
watching
wine
a game,
Mike, red
extra
wine
innings baseball game. I might even go down the. There might even be a full 2 in my.
Do you
my world.
feel like you're living a healthier life, or does it just seem like the same?
Or are you miserable?
I mean, you can be honest with us.
I have to tell you, God, we didn't get to the whole fishing thing. What I'm doing down here, my routine now is I'm usually up between 6:45 and 7 o'clock in the morning down here, and my job is to my 2 main functions with my son are to put him to bed at night and to get him up first thing in the morning.
Perfect.
And it's something where I know that there are direct physical changes from backing off the sauce a little bit.
Sure.
And one is I talked about this to you guys behind the scenes, like this Achilles tendon that I had that was just a tiny little area. They can't give you a cortisone shot for it, and it was just horrible. And it literally went away when I quit drinking. It went away. The joint stuff went away. Muscle stuff, you're 54, you're going to have issues about that. But like joints, cartilage, that kind of thing, I really think, I'm not a doctor, but I think all I can say is what changed to make this thing just poof go away.
I would guess
and
hydration.
What changed was the juice.
I would guess hydration. When you replace alcohol with anything other that is not alcohol, alcohol actually does dehydrate you, and when you are properly hydrated, you're
Great point.
You're going to feel better. You're just
It's not
your
going to give me
muscles and
my
your joints.
discs back, though, Oscar. And,
No.
and the back, to be
No,
honest with
no,
you, it
no.
drives me nuts down here. And, yesterday we had a pretty good chop off the coast of Fort Myers, and I was out in the Gulf of Mexico yesterday, and it was banging pretty good in my back.
You
was
love just
talking to
saying
me
that,
last
don't
night.
you? Even
Yeah.
though
What's
if it
that?
didn't have a story, if you just said, well, yeah,
on the Gulf.
yesterday I was out on the Gulf of Mexico, and man,
It's
fantastic. The water was there was a pretty good chop on the Gulf of Mexico.
Most people say, "Hey, I was on the
We
Potomac."
gone fishing.
You jerk.
Yes, it is. The Gulf of Mexico.
I was shooting wicked tuna, and then I decided to come back into land where, you know what, I have the best life in the world because I've got this beautiful 1-year-old and his gorgeous wife, and I get to live the dream.
I'm never going to get my discs back because I was yesterday on a boat with these really good-looking young men. We were fishing on the Gulf of Mexico.
And they were topless.
They were topless, and it was really nice. And
the men? You're talking about the men?
yeah, the six-pack crew.
Oh, my God. The six-pack crew.
Thank you.
Are your guys
Thank you for
built you
reminding
work
me
with?
about my wonderful life down here because, really, about 52 minutes ago, I didn't feel lucky. But anyway, let me tell you this.
Mike, you are
yesterday
lucky
we
because you get to go fishing.
We gone fishing.
Well, you can fish anywhere, Rob. You can fish anywhere.
You can.
Would you ever really want to fish on the Potomac? Be honest.
Nope.
Thank you.
No, but I've done it. I've actually done it before.
My family used to fish on the Potomac, and we'd use the fish to make thermometers. We'd get the mercury out of the fish, and we'd use it to make beautiful thermometers.
Primarily, what you get when you fish in the Potomac, at least where I fished, was catfish.
Catfish?
Catfish. Would you like my total take yesterday?
Please.
Yes.
3. I caught 3.
Oh, nice.
Oh, how'd the six-pack crew do?
All of them under a pound.
Oh, my God, Tiny! Are you sure that wasn't the bait?
It could have. We used it later as a little bit of bait, but a couple of them. Let me see, what were they called? One I think was called a blue runner, which looked like a bait fish.
Yeah.
The other one I caught was a mangrove snapper.
That's nice snapper.
And then here's another weird name for a fish. I caught a sheep's head. And the thing about a sheep's head is it appears to have human-like teeth. Look up a picture of sheep's head, and you'll see the fish. Because they're real pretty.
Are you like fishing in Jurassic Park? Where are you getting fish that have human teeth?
Rob?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, it looks cool.
I am fishing in one of the most fertile fishing grounds in the United States.
You are?
Anyway, it's pretty scary.
I like the fish head. Oh, look at the sheep's head. Look at it. It looks like a zebra.
Head.
Oh, that's cool.
See,
it's
yeah,
pretty.
he's got the right
but the teeth are horrible. It's
exactly
like
what
that
it is,
movie about the girl that had that problem.
Hey,
Remember that? Was it Vagidentata? Was it called? That was a problem.
Was that BDK's favorite movie? Wasn't it
You
Teeth?
know, that guy's a cancer. I watched him this morning.
Mike, there is a website. If you just type in sheep's head fish, that just has hot chicks holding sheep's head fish.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I'm not really into it, but I'm into it.
The weird thing is you can't tell where the smell is coming from.
Here's the thing. I went out with this dude that knows the water, and all I look at is the knowledge gained.
Yes.
And now, if I have visitors coming down here, I think I'm not going to go so far as to say I'd be the charter captain, but I'd like to think that I have enough
fishing.
I have enough knowledge where I would be able to take people out and perhaps catch some fish. I know I have the strategy.
I hope that this is not what happens, but here's what I picture the first time you take a guest out.
You're going to talk about something horrible.
Do you remember the scene on Golden Pond when Henry Fonda falls off the front of the boat?
Yes.
That's what I envision happening.
Right,
now I don't know if it's you or
reverse.
It could be Jimmy Cerrito.
Splash.
I'm really into the sheep's head fish.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Oh, that is
topless.
excellent. Yeah.
I don't know. There's probably a category in Florida that I don't know about.
Yeah, there's a definite category there.
Jeez.
So it's they're
human
beautiful.
teeth. They have
little
human
fishies.
teeth, by the way.
They have human teeth.
They're
Thank
not
you.
human teeth. They look like human teeth.
You don't want to put your fingers there. You don't want, and also
don't ever put your finger in a fish's mouth.
Their gills are like razors, so you don't want to do that. But it was a wonderful afternoon.
Did anyone on your boat have a good catch?
We didn't have Rob. I didn't have like 50 people on the boat.
It wasn't a party boat.
No, it was me and another guy. It was me and one other guy. That's
you
it.
and a young, very strong man.
No, he's young.
Is he your guide?
Strong.
Is he your Sherpa?
He was my Sherpa yesterday. My friend Rich.
All right.
That's it. And so we're pals now.
Sure, I bet you are.
I will no longer have to pay him for his service.
Really?
Oh. Yes. How do you trade it out? Do you do voices for him?
He said the next time we go out, I don't want it to be a charter. I know he was talking about he wants to get a boat at some point, and he works at this little high and dry
Ass,
down there.
cash, or grass.
Everybody pays, Mike. And you know what's going to end up being? You're going to have to pull a sheep's head out of the Gulf of Mexico, and you're going to say, "Look, I can make him sound like Arnold Schwarzenegger."
All I know is late in the day we were drifting through the pass, coming back inshore, and we're casting our line out. And he said, "Look over there." He said, "Look at that."
Quickly,
pull
those
your clothes
up.
back.
Pull those up.
Yeah,
there's a family coming by.
The day's over, so it's time. Thank God you had sunscreen.
I can't win here.
Your cheeks are so red.
Here. But thank you both for bringing me joy, bringing back joy into my life by busting my balls.
No, not those cheeks. The other ones.
Can I just tell you the last thing we saw?
Please.
You bastards. little bastards. We're drifting
Can you
through the
zip
past.
me?
You've got your own boy toy out there.
You do.
Look at you.
You do. It's your.
When did this turn into a boy toy excursion, for Christ's sake?
Because it's just like the movie Behind the Candelabra.
Yes.
You've got Matt Damon down there.
That's a lovely sheep's head. That's a lovely sheep's head. Could you stand back a little bit? I want to get a better picture of it. I want to get a better picture of the sheep's head.
We know
There
how
we go.
close he's going to be with this guy Rich when we do the live show. If he
Jesus
makes
Christ.
Rich drive him out
Oh,
on
my
stage.
God.
We have the same matching fishing shorts. We're so excited.
Next thing you know,
All
you're,
right, now I'm
you're
doing
buying
it.
him plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Can't argue with a great bid, even if it's at your expense. You have to go along with it. Late in the day, we're drifting to the past. He says, "Look at that area over there," and he said, "That's moving. Look at that huge dark area." And I swear to God, it was the size of a decent-sized kitchen table.
Yeah.
And it was below the surface, and it was dark, and it was moving along. He said it was either a giant sea turtle or it was a manatee, and we weren't sure what it was.
Oh, how
Wow.
cool, though.
And you
and I
can't
said-
hunt sea turtle. I think they're endangered
No, you
species,
can't do
right?
that.
Yeah.
And when they're like 200 years old.
Oh, wow.
For the first time, Mike was not the oldest thing on the water.
Well, at first, when it got closer, when it got, I'll join in the fun. At first, when it got closer,
Yes.
we actually confirmed that it was a manatee. But then I realized the water was so clear, I was looking at my own reflection. All right, let's go to break, for God's sake. We'll take a break and come back with news you may not need. It's been a hell of a show on the Mike O'Mara Show. Thank you. Here's Dean Martin.
Everybody falls in love somehow.
Welcome back to this show.
I was hoping.
This segment of the program is brought to you by Sherry's Berries. What does it say about my personality that the only time during the show where I get in a fabulous mood is when you guys despicably bust my balls?
Says you've got two great co-hosts.
a lot of fun.
That's what it says.
You know, Mother's Day is this Sunday, and as Jack Bauer would say, you're running out of time. Luckily, Sherry's Berries has got you covered, just like the way they cover their amazingly huge strawberries in chocolatey goodness. Mmm. Giant, freshly dipped strawberries from Sherry's Berries, starting at just $19.99. That's over 40% off. Or even better, double the berries for just $10 more. Simply click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. Use our code TMOS. We love them. We fight over them. And with one click of the mouse, and we're not talking about the dead mouse.
No, mouse.
We're talking about the mouse on your computer. Your mom will thank you, Mr. Big Shot. Visit berries.com. I like you incorporating the elements from previous efforts.
Well, you know what you do is you try to make it better and better every time, Mike.
It's great. I like that you file your copy elements. Visit berries.com. That's BERRIES.com. Click on the microphone in the top right corner and type in TMOS. Again, berries.com. Click the mic, TMOS. Great. Your mom will love you even more thanks to Sherry's Berries.
From around the globe, across the nation, looking through your neighbor's window, the Mike O'Mara Show now presents News You May Not Need, a comprehensive look at the stories you may or may not be talking about during your daily activity. And now, news you may not need.
American Idol runner-up Clay Aiken held a narrow lead on Wednesday in his bid to become the Democratic nominee for a North Carolina congressional seat, but he could face a recount with a challenger who trails by fewer than 400 votes. Amazing how many elections come down to, 3 digits.
I
It's truly
remember
amazing
I
to
saw the election commercial, and he says, remember, these are 877 numbers, not 800 numbers.
Thank you. Aiken won 40,000. I'm sorry. Aiken won 40.83% of the vote in the 2nd Congressional District primary on Tuesday, putting him just ahead of North Carolina Commerce Secretary Keith Crisco.
Hey, Keith Crisco.
Keith Crisco had 39.54%. Aiken is 35. He surpassed the 40% of votes needed to avoid a runoff, but North Carolina law allows for a recount when the spread between the top two finishers is 1% or less. I like Clay Aiken. I like this whole congressional race. I'm pulling for him.
Well, you hope he wins, so he'll move to D.C., and when you come in town, you can see him.
Hi there, Clay. Peanut allergy.
Tree nut.
President Obama shared a table with Steven Spielberg and Bruce Springsteen at a benefit dinner, but broke away to chat with Barbra Streisand and Samuel L. Jackson. So, how about that? The president was the guest of honor Wednesday at a fundraising gala celebrating the USC Shoah Foundation, which Spielberg established 20 years ago to collect video testimonies from survivors of the Holocaust and other genocides. I don't know why I feel weird about this when there's genocide. It seems or a genocidal attack going on over in Nigeria. It's just it's weird. Look, the president's got to go to fundraisers. He's got to do good
Right.
works. He's got to get out there and he's got to socialize. But we had the correspondence dinner with all the Hollywood people. Then we have Steven Spielberg and Barbara Streisand and Bruce Springsteen. And meanwhile, over in Nigeria, they're cutting hundreds of people down in a shopping mall. And I don't know, man. I feel weird about the whole thing. I just feel weird.
Do you feel like me that right now we're getting a true example of second-term presidency? He's not worried about his image, it seems. It seems like he's having a little more fun. And you know what? I'm all for having a good time, but not at the expense of something like what's going on in Nigeria.
Take a look at the approval ratings. I don't think that's, and I'm still somebody that says, you try to get your legislative agenda through.
Right.
And I don't know, when you have that rap about Hollywood, maybe once in a while you say no. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, and think about it. I'm actually looking at the numbers right now. The president's approval ratings are actually lower than Pony Boy's.
Wow.
And that's saying something.
That is.
Actress singer Willow Smith. I didn't want to report this story, but it's the second day that this has been in the news cycle. She has been, she's the daughter of Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. She's 13 years old. She posed for 2 controversial social media snaps with actor Moses Arias. He's 20, and it's kind of weird. She wears jeans and a top and stares off into the distance. Arias is in the background. He's sitting in the back against the wall. They're both on a bed. They're not. It doesn't even look like they're touching each other, but he is shirtless and he's sitting up. Although the pals don't appear to be touching, it nevertheless raised more than a few eyebrows via social media. Jada Pinkett Smith is not happy about it. Here's what she told TMZ, quote, "Here's the deal. There was nothing sexual about that picture or that situation. You guys are projecting your trash on it, and you're acting like covert pedophiles, and that's not cool." So that's what she has to say about that. I get suspicious. I truly do.
You know, Mike, it's called parenting, and sometimes folks should try it.
You know what? I get super suspicious because this is 2 days where this young lady, who they'd love to see have a career in show business, just like they did with their son, that this young lady is out there on the top of everybody's mind.
Maybe she's got an album coming out.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the
I'll
deal
look
is
that
with
up.
that.
Whip your hair.
How do you feel, boys, about drinking toilet water?
You know what? I've done it once or twice.
Sure.
Well, don't move to Wichita Falls, Texas. Officials are planning to start recycling wastewater for just that purpose. 3 years of extreme drought led them to consider the plan, which would derive half of all drinking water from wastewater. Residents will flush. The water will go to the city's wastewater plant, and it will then travel to a purification plant via a newly constructed 13-mile pipeline before ultimately coming out of residents' taps, ready for drinking.
I don't
Yummy.
think that's as big of a deal as people think. There was a story a couple weeks ago about having to drain a reservoir because someone took a leak in it. But then someone pointed out the fact this is an open reservoir that birds fly over, poop in, pee in,
They
all
gotta
day long.
filter all that out anyways, right?
And our water it's the water cycle. It's all full of fertilizer and animal.
And who
It's a
hasn't-
circle of life.
Who hasn't left their Brita filter on for like 3 months more than they should
Exactly.
have? You forget to go to the store. You're like, this will taste okay.
This is the land of recycled water down here as far as lawns and irrigation down here. And so, we've had several nights because I just haven't been here during the summer when they water so much at night. And I'm sitting a couple of times, Carla will look at me and say, "Did you do that?" And what it is,
it's the
sprinkler
smell.
system on the irrigation system outside because it's recycled water. It's same stuff.
my
It's kind of like
God.
poop water.
Do you have the sprinklers that go back and forth in lines, or do you have a turnaround sprinkler?
It goes back and forth. It kind of does.
No, I thought the
love
last time I
those.
was in there, you had the fountains like they have at Disney World that they shoot up and down. And they're colorful.
Oh, that's right, with the classical music playing in the background.
That happens
Beautiful.
right after when you cross the gates and they
Right.
open up. That's what happens right in his little foyer of his
And then the
place.
helicopter shot takes the picture of me when I'm sitting on top of my building, and I look at the house next door. I said, "I'm going to buy this next year. This is Encore." Thank you. That's a Steve Wynn joke. Thank you very much.
O'Mara's.
Jack Bauer is facing another impending disaster, but not on the ratings front. Rob loves this show.
It was
After a
good this
4-year
year.
absence, Fox 24 has a loyal audience, attracting 8.1 million viewers Monday for its 2-hour season premiere. You loved it, right?
It was every bit as good as I remember, and Chloe looks crazy. She looks
goth, doesn't she?
Yeah, I mean, she looks horrifying. I mean, she was never what I would call a handsome woman to begin with,
No.
but now
No.
they've got her looking crazy. It made me remember why I never missed an episode. It was that good.
The numbers for the heavily promoted 24 Live Live Another Day, as the 12-episode series is called, are down just 9% from what was then the series finale in 2010, even as live viewing has dropped significantly over the years as more people watch shows after their initial broadcast. So for a live number and the way people watch now,
Smash
they should
hit.
be
Yeah, big hit.
smash,
Smash
very
hit.
happy, and I might jump on the bandwagon.
Just quickly, Mike, speaking of those Disney World fountains, remember how they rebuilt the waterfront here because it flooded because some jerk didn't put up the wall in Georgetown?
Yes.
They actually have those, like, hyper, like, high-end fountains there now. Before, they used to have the old-school fountains that would shoot up in the air. Now they actually go to music, and they jump around with lights and everything.
That's
They rebuilt-
fantastic. Now they can work on the roads.
No, but next time you come up to D.C., you'll be amazed, and I'm sure little Michael would love to see that. It's a lot of fun.
Cool.
I love that, and I like what they do in Vegas with all that.
But the
It's,
Bellagio
it's
has the fountains, right?
amazing,
Yeah.
to watch. Rehab can't keep Rob Ford, and we're not talking about our intern. Rehab can't keep Rob Ford from talking sports. The politician who recently sought help after a new video emerged showing him smoking crack said rehab is, quote, amazing.
Oh, no.
He said that, I swear.
Spoken
to
like a
God.
true addict.
Quote, it reminds me of, I feel like I should do a Chris Farley impression.
Yeah,
when
I
I'm
think
doing Rob
so.
Ford.
Yeah.
It reminds me of football camp.
He must have
Kind
been
of like
great.
the Washington Redskins camp I went to as a kid. He told the newspaper.
Wasn't that camp located down by the river?
Just outside of Toronto in a van down by the river. Ford has spoken fondly of his time at the football camp before, including to a DC sports radio show. They do give him credit. The Junkies.
Yes.
Where he gave weekly predictions for NFL games. It was amazing. I went down to a camp, and these guys literally taught us how to play football, and they were professionals. All right, we all know that. I went back there 3 years in a row, so it was fantastic. He told the newspaper there was a professional athlete in the program with him. Okay.
Do you know?
Congratulations,
Do you know
Mayor.
the Drab T-shirt, which is the producer of the Junkies,
Yeah.
used to be producer
Yes.
of Big O and Dukes? He actually texts Mayor Ford back and forth.
Wow.
In rehab while
Yes,
he's in rehab?
We'll be at the bunker doing like whatever we do
Right.
right before the show. And he's like, I gotta text Mayor Ford real quick. And I'm like, what?
That's so great.
You know, that's a DJ pleat in the Cape, isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, it is.
They will go down in history as they got that guy when he was enjoying
White
his
hot.
15
Yep.
minutes.
Yeah.
And he's still in the news.
Yeah, too funny.
And now a little something. An 18-year-old senior at Stephen Decatur High School in Worcester County, Maryland,
Yeah.
was arrested on Monday for repeatedly. The key is repeatedly.
So more than once.
Mailing poop to his vice principal.
Oh, not
The vice
okay.
principal got a package with cow and dog poop inside on
Oh.
April 30th, and he called the cops.
Yes.
They told the local post office to be on the lookout for suspicious packages addressed to him. 2 days later, the kid tried to mail 2 more packages of poop, but the postal inspector was paying surprisingly close attention and wrote down the kid's license plate.
Oh,
Pretty
that's good, though. Yeah.
Pretty vigilant there. The cops tracked him down on Monday. He was arrested and charged with 3 counts of disturbing activities in school and 3 counts of molesting a school administrator. Yes, that is the charge. That's what they call it.
Molestation, yeah.
The school also suspended him for 10 days. He didn't give a reason why he was sending cow and dog dung to the vice principal. But if he graduates, I would recommend placing the diploma in a Ziploc bag.
Two-ply.
Humpty. My joke is Humpty. Yes, sir. We'll take a break, and we will come back with more. You are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Rob's Audio Vault coming up next, everybody.
The image and the style that you're used to. I look funny, but yo, I'm making money, see? So yo, world, I hope you're ready for me. Now gather round.
Ooh-wee.
Still a great record.
Ooh-wee. Welcome back to the show. This segment of the program brought to you by Vistaprint. You know, I used to think that it would cost an arm and a leg to effectively market my business. Not so, my friends, because Vistaprint.com has everything needed to get the word out about your products and services, and you get to keep your limbs. For a limited time only, just for our listeners, 250 high-quality premium cards for just $10, shipping included. So it's okay if you don't have a large marketing budget to spend on cards. Vistaprint allows you to order their quality cards at low everyday prices. In fact, they have a low-price guarantee for their premium business cards. So if you're not happy, they're not happy. You can call them up, and they will make it right. The design process is fun and limitless. Even upgrade your paper stock or print on both sides. Anything you want to do. Don't delay. Order your 250 high-quality premium business cards for just $10, shipping included. Go to Vistaprint.com, put our promo code TMOS in the cart when you check out to get this wonderful offer. We've all designed our cards there. Everyone in this room has cards from Vistaprint because they are the best. Remember, 250 cards, $10. Vistaprint. Use the code TMOS, and we thank you in advance. Without further ado, let's open up the audio vault for Thursday, May 8th, 2014. Rob Spiewak.
There's not a lot of good game shows left, but one that sticks around, and it's because it's constructed so well, is The Family Feud. Right now it's being hosted by Steve Harvey, and it is a fine, fine game show. But when you do the final thing, the fast money round, where you have to, you have the time limit, and the first person does it, and if you double your answers, you have to answer again. This week, a family was on. The first person got 182 points. You only need 200 to win the money.
Yes.
So the second person only needed 18. They only needed 18 to win. Let's see.
I love these.
What happens?
I need 18.
That's all you need.
That's all I need.
What chance do you have of dating a girl who's a 10?
4.
Name a kind of place where people keep checking their watch.
At the airport.
Try again.
Restaurant.
Name a noisy insect.
It's fast.
Name something a person's belly does.
Growls.
Try again.
Throws up.
Fill in a blank. A married couple might be deeply in what?
Love.
Try again.
Marriage.
2, 3, 4, 5. Needed 18, got 0.
Love was the number one answer. I'm sorry, folks.
She got 0?
She got 0.
She got a bagel.
0. 5 strikes.
It wasn't as egregious as some of those where, it was tough. They weren't, because when she got the repeat and they gave her the buzzer, like for what a sound your stomach makes or something your stomach does.
Yeah.
That, what would you have said for the number 2 answer? I mean, growls would have been.
For me, it would be press out against my shirt. But I've often thought when you're on Family Feud, if you are actual family members, aren't you going to have a similar thought process? You're oftentimes going to duplicate answers because you're raised the same
Oscar,
way.
he doesn't even know sometimes when he gets off a really great one. He doesn't even know.
Nope,
too stupid.
You killed
He
it.
just killed. He just hit it out of the park.
You killed it.
Another
You could
answer.
have dropped the mic and just walked right out.
Another answer that I also like from the same family, Mike. This is
Okay.
from the same family.
Name something you pull out.
Your penis.
Oh, my God.
So, I don't know. Maybe they just weren't that good at it. There's a great sort of rivalry on television right now. I don't know if you know about it. It's Al Sharpton and his teleprompter. Here is a wonderful montage that was posted on the YouTube, Mike.
But resist we must. They're all jitty about a shutdown. The tortoise in the race, then co-author of Hubris. U2 lead singer Bono, Fran Drescher, Sigourney Weaver, suspect Jahar Tsarnaev, Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh, the show Rush Lombard hosts Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor. Is Mike Muckery yesterday, Antonine Scalia, Kim Kardashian, and the Republican candidates, both Cairo and Benghazi. We rank behind Lavita. First stop, Kazakhstan to college students in Beijing. He's getting lunch at Chipotle.
Chipotle, Mike. That is your magic audio vault. Have a great Thursday, everybody. Chipotle.
Mike,
that is fantastic. Yes, Oscar
before we go,
Santana.
I want to remind you about Sherry's Berries.
Yes,
I know
go
that
ahead,
all our
please.
moms taught us not to wait till the last minute, but some of us have. Luckily, Sherry's Berries comes to the rescue. Giant, freshly dipped strawberries from Sherry's Berries starting at $19.99.
Yeah!
And
That's a great deal. You love them, don't you, Oscar Santana?
I do, and over 40% in savings if you do it now. Remember, that's berries.com, BERRIES.com. You got to click on the microphone in the top right-hand corner of the website. Type in TMOS to get that deal. Order now.
When was the last time Oscar Santana felt so compelled to remind you about a sponsor. That's how much he cares about these Sherry's Berries and how much we want you to go to the website, BERRIES.com, and click on the microphone TMOS to get your great deal for your mamo.
Yeah, don't do it for us.
Right.
Do it for Mom.
Yeah.
That's very sensitive,
Mama.
Rob.
Thank you. And us.
Hey, Pony.
Yes, sir.
See you next time.
I love you, Mike.
Okay. Bye-bye, everybody. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Wait, don't go. I need to tell you that MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon is perfect for all your online shopping needs. Shop the best way. Shop Amazon. And please go through our website, always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon.
Welcome to Card Counter. What's the count?
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.